Hey everyone, it's your favorite Uncle One Guy here coming at you with a deck tech. This one is still purple red Minerva ZAFT. We are currently still trying to get this deck up to be more competitive. So we did do a little bit of upgrades from the starter deck. So let's go ahead and talk about those, shall we? So first things first, in this deck, we are running Four Soccer Warriors. That is our 2-1-2-2. It has the Minerva squad trait and it also has ZAFT, so it can get support and boost from all the other cards that we do run in this deck. And then you just want this for the aggro matchup, so or for the aggression, because this is more of a aggro mid-range kind of deck than anything else. So the sooner you see the units, the better. So that's what we're running for these. Next, we are running 4 of the Dual Gundam. So what I've noticed about Dual Gundam is I do like this card. It is a 3-2-3-3 ZAFT trait link, and it does have Breach 3 when it has AP5. The only problem is the only other pilot that we have besides Shin is Atherin, and Atherin just doesn't get him there, so he doesn't get the Breach 3. But it's good if you link it with Shin and you can swing away at it becomes a 6-3. It does die. It always will die, but at least you'll take a body with it, which is important. And we do want more purple stuff in our graves anyways for Savior. Next, we are running 4 Impulse Gundam. This is our bread and butter of the deck. This is what gets our Minerva squad engine going. It is a 3-2-3-3. It does link with Shin, and on your active, you have to for its effect, you have to activate a main. Let me grab the other one real quick. That way, that one's a little bit better. Activate a main. It is a 2 cost, and this is return this unit to the bottom of the owner's deck. Then choose one unit with the name Impulse Gundam that is level 4 or higher in your trash, and then you deploy it. So it's great for for the graveyard setup, so you can throw away pretty much any Impulse Gundam, which we are running a lot of the other Impulse Gundams in our deck. That way we can get this effect off. The only problem is if you do link Shin to it, Shin goes to the bottom as well. So always bear that in mind. Next, we are running 2 of the Sword Impulse. I kind of want to increase this number to at least 3. It is a 4-2-4-2. Yes, it does die to burn. It does die to everything else. But it links with the Coordinator trait or Minerva Squad trait. And the thing is, on deploy, if you deploy it from the grave, you can pick one level 3 unit and destroy it. So this is pretty much just our Fatal Strike. And I kind of do want to run more of this because Ilrith is still a problem. Then the next 4-2 blocker is also going to be a problem. Then we have the News of War. So this card's only going to get more value as time goes on, and there's still more of those lower end blockers that we have to deal with. Next, we are running 4 of the Aegis Gundam MA mode. This does link with Atherin Zala. It is a 4-3-3-4, which is great. It bypasses all the burn that's all out in the meta right now. And then, which is great. And it also has natural breach 3. And then with Atherin, it can you can link it and then you can smack anything that's level 5 or lower. So bear that in mind, it is 5 or lower. I do have a game that I'm going to be playing where I smacked a level 6 with the Savior, thinking that that's how the effect worked, but it turns out I was wrong. Well, talking about the board state, it still wouldn't have mattered, but still, just little things like that, you do want to keep that in mind. And as for me being a YouTuber, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the best content possible, so I will admit my mistakes when I make them. So again, MA mode, better, is the best. You could replace this for the Aegis, the regular Aegis, again, depending on your meta. If you have a lot of high level stuff and you don't care about the breach, you just want to care about the burn, then the other Aegis is going to be your man. Next, we are running 4 of the Blast Gundam because we do need a blocker, whether you think so or not. I think every deck kind of needs at least a blocker to kind of stop aggro from rampaging and killing you. So our blocker is the Blast Impulse. It isn't rebake, so unfortunately the stats are different. They're swapped, but it is a 5-3 just blocker. Links with Shin Asuka. Very good. Just when it does block, it's going to die. Just bear that in mind. But again, you do want it in the grave because you do have Impulse, so you don't care. Next, we are running the main, kind of the second main boss monster in the deck. It is the Force Impulse Gundam. It is a 5/4/5/4, links with Shin, and then it has destroy, choose, and this is important, it says choose one Minerva Squad unit without Force Impulse in its card name from your trash added to your hand. So this guy gets everything that has the Minerva Squad trait. You know what else has the Minerva Squad trait? We're going to talk about that card right now. But this is just a good body, 5/4. With Shin, it becomes an 8/4. So that's scary. But the main boss monster is indeed our Savior Gundam. It is a level 6, cost 5, 5/4. It does link with Atherin. It does have Breach 3 naturally, just like the MA mode, but when linked, if there are 5 or more purple cards in your trash, it deals 2 damage to all units with AP 5 or less. Now bear this in mind, this also hits your units, so you have to be careful with it. So it's our baby wing. And what makes this great is that it also has Minerva Squad in the trait name. Let me just pull this up real quick. See, Minerva Squad. So that means Force Impulse can grab it. So, which is great, because that way you can have a 4/5 body next turn, and if you have Atherin, you can then clear bodies on board. Next, speaking of pilots, we are running for Atherin Zala. It is our level 4, cost 1, 1/2 pilot. It's good when you want to link it to other stuff with big booties. You can link it to Blast if you are like, oh, I need to, make sure that it lives. So it becomes a 6/5 blocker, which is still pretty good stats. And then its effect is when linked during this turn, this unit may choose an active enemy unit that's level 5 or lower as its attack target. So this is good for clearing bodies on board. So like you can do this with dual Gundam. Yeah, you don't get the Breach 5 without the necessary base to give it 5 AP. But at that point, I feel like you're just trying to just do more board control, and that's the name of the game. The more bodies you have and the less bodies your opponent has, the less likely you're going to be able to deal with their bodies, and then you just hit shields. Next, we are running Shin Asuka. He is a 4/1/3 pilot with 0 health, and then on the attack, if it's a Minerva Squad unit, you choose one of your resources and set it to active. And this is, again, Minerva Squad unit. So even if you were to link it with Savior, just because you needed that to make it a 8/6 for whatever reason, and you wanted that breach, you would then still get that resource reset, which is phenomenal in this deck because you do want to be able to take off with impulse. So even if he's on another unit, you can still set the resource to active and then use impulse's effect, or you can just use it to get more bodies as well. Now for the commands, we are running one stealth stratagem. This is a 2/1, and it says activate main or action. Choose one of your opponent's units with 2 or less AP. You deal 2 damage to it. So this one just kills the little blockers. It is a ZAFT, and it has the coordinator trait, so that's why we kind of use it. It does give +1 HP. So we just have that just in case we need it for Sword Strike, or if you need it for dual Gundam, but really we're just using it for the command to deal with our aggro matchup. Next, we are running close combat. So I did replace the Battle of Aces for close combat. That's pretty much one of the bigger changes. Again, it's a 2/2 burst. You activate the main, and in the main / action step, you can choose one enemy unit. It just deals 2 damage. Yes, it's 1 less for close combat, but without having to need to already damage the unit, close combat, it will be better in most matchups. Next, we are running Giant Killing. This card is great. I love this card. I have misplayed with it because, again, reading the card explains the card, and that's very important. So it's choose one active enemy unit with 4 or less HP and destroy it. So what I tried to use this one time is some guy was like, cool, I'm going to swing with this card. And I was like, cool, Giant Killing. And then he was like, oh, it's, now it's rested. It's no longer active. I'm like, dang it. So definitely you want to use this card. And I'm going to try to use it for the next time. That's why I'm kind of keeping it in the deck. Next go around, I am going to try to make sure I use this card during my opponent's turn, not during my turn, and it's during their end step. So once everything's pretty much said and done, trying to kill one of their guys. Next, we're running another spicy card. I feel like a spicy tech. In my opinion, Awaken Power. If I was to make any changes to the deck, these will probably be the two cards that will go. Only because their effect is a little redundant, but I still like it. What it is a 6/2, and then you activate main, and then you get to choose one unit with level 5 or less from your trash, and then pay the cost and deploy it. So what's great about this card is this card pretty much almost grabs everything in the deck besides Savior. Everything is level 5 or lower, and so this is pretty much just another impulse without needing to, without the body. So that's why I like it. I mainly use this to try to grab Sword Strike, which is why I want to increase the number of Sword Strikes. And finally, for bases, we are running the 4 Minerva. Minerva is a 2/1, 5 HP base. And then you get to add a shield from your hand. And if it's your turn, you get to look at the top 2 cards from your deck. And you put one on top, one in the trash, which is great for any mill strategy. But yeah, so this is it. This is the deck so far. Changes I do want to make. Maybe I'll take out duels for Hayashikis or Hyakurins, not Hayashikis, Hyakurins, or the Ryuseigo Custom, the one that pings it, draw a card, discard a card, just because we do need to filter out so we can see more stuff. But that's one of the drawbacks of this deck, is that there is no draw. So if we wanted to, we can probably change up the colors. Secondary color pairing, I was thinking maybe white, blue even, make it blurple, but instead of it being Barbados, it's gonna be Impulse. But we'll see. Again, if you are liking the content, please stick with me, because this is going to be a whole series where we're taking this starter deck and we're going to try to make it competitive as possible. So we're going to try different variations. This week I will be posting 2 videos that I did with just this deck alone. Next week it'll probably be the upgraded version of this deck, which again we're tinkering, and then from there we're gonna show those videos and see how it did. So far the track record for this deck is 1 win and 2 losses. So it is a starter deck with maybe like a slight changes to the variation and ratios, but definitely some things I want to add and take out. We'll see. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.